Joining me now, Brandon Tatum, former police officer.
Well, Laura, thank you for having me on, and thank you for showing a highlight tape of the dumbest people on planet Earth. All of these people should be ashamed of themselves coming out lying on this police officer and also lying on that girl. That girl had a knife in her hand and she was getting ready to stab another young black girl in the face. She wasn't just swinging a knife, she was going to stab the girl in the face, and she was fatally shot. Officers have every right to use deadly force against another person to protect the life of another individual. These people want there to be hatred and evilness in our country. They want police officers to be demonized. They want police officers in the public to have conflict so they can continue to get better ratings. They can continue to get reelected, to keep promising the public something they can never deliver on.
They seem almost disappointed, do they not?
Right. They either have a meltdown or they completely lie about it because it makes them look like hypocrites. This is a perfect example of a gentleman like Chauvin who obviously got convicted, and then you see an officer actually saving somebody's life in the same city before the verdict was rendered. So it dismantles their whole project of lying to the public about police involvement with the public. I really am sick and tired of listening to these people get on TV with no accountability. They are flat out lying and stoking violence in our communities. And I hate to say this, but these black leaders are equally as ignorant as the people that you showed at the beginning of the show, because they are pushing an agenda that hurts them. This is not hurting white people. This is making other black people become more violent, feel like that their lives are in danger by police, which is a myth, and they're gonna end up getting hurt and ended up dying and not having patrols in their communities, which makes their communities more violent. This is not hurting white people. This is hurting black people, and it's perpetuated by a lot of black leaders.
Well, it's not hurting black celebrities either, is it?
No, LeBron James is living on a high horse. He's in a multi-million-dollar house living around nothing but white people. He is not affected by none of this violence. He could care less. And at the drop of a dime, he'll have white officers at his house doing investigations on false claims if there is some. So LeBron James and these wealthy people like the BLM co-founder living in million-dollar houses, they don't care. They just want to push a virtue signal because they have nothing better to do. They're not educated enough to look at things from both sides, and they continue to want to push a narrative that's just not true. And I really wish they would be held accountable and at least ashamed of what they're doing to our country.
Well, the truth ultimately will win out. Brandon, thank you.